Hello everyone, I am back in the shop and let me show you the progress I've made so far, and also let me show you the big mistake. It's like one step forward and 10 steps back. So since my last video, this is what I've done. I removed the broken power steering pump, the two pulley. This is the idler tensioner pulley, and this is the other one, the idler pulley. I also removed the power steering reservoir, and yeah, that's a little Christmas tree that holds the reservoir in place on the shroud, and I removed the belt. And I already installed the new power steering pump, also the new pulley that I had to press on. This is a new belt. I have a new idler tensioner pulley here, and the other one in the back is also new. That's the idler pulley. So when it comes to the pulley, I was only going to change this one, which is the tensioner pulley, and not the little one at the top of the engine. But I decided to take it apart, and then I could tell like the bearing is not doing great, so that's why I replaced this one as well. Also, be careful when you buy these pulleys. So I think the first one that I bought it at AutoZone, and it was warped. I mean, I put it, I installed it, and it was, doing like this. So I had to return it and get a new one, and I think the new one seems to be okay. So yeah, just be careful when you buy a new stuff at the auto store. Check the quality and make sure that everything is okay before you install it. So what is the big mistake that I made? Well, let me show you. So this is where the power steering reservoir is located, mounted on the shroud. And because I decided to put an inline filter in the system here, so we decided to cut the hose here from the return hose, and so we just cut it flush here at the bottom. So I ended up with this, with the two hoses still attached to the reservoir, and I wanted to take them both off the reservoir so that I could wash the reservoir, like flush it and put some power steering fluid and kind of rinse it a couple times. And you can imagine that this is probably the original hose, right? And my Jeep, that's a 97. So it's been on there for, well, if I do the math right, like 23 years. So this is what I did that you should not do. So I took a piece of plier here, and I was clamping the hose and going back and forth here, try to loosen the hose from the reservoir. And I went here back and forth a couple times and nothing happened. So I put a little more pressure and torque, and then I heard a pop. And that didn't sound good at all, of course. And this is what happened. It broke right there, which means that this power steering reservoir is junk, just like that in half a second. Yeah, not really happy about this. So I finally got these little pieces of hose off by doing it the right way, which I didn't know about. And this is what happened when I'm left unsupervised here to do stuff sometimes. Yeah, I just use a utility knife and slowly, like cut off the hose like lengthwise, and then I was able to pry it slowly and then take it off. So now that I have a useless power steering reservoir, well, I guess the cost of my mistake would be to reorder one and just, pay whatever it is to get a new one. The problem is because my Jeep is so old and it has the 2.5 liter engine in it, for some reason, nobody, and I say nobody, make this anymore. So not aftermarket part, no OEM parts. It's impossible to find. I think I spent probably over like 3 hours looking everywhere, went to the dealership. Yeah, they don't make this anymore. So know what? They do make it for the same model Jeep, for a TJ, but the one that has the 4.0 engine. You can find them everywhere. The other option was to well, check in a junkyard, but good luck finding a Jeep Wrangler TJ in a junkyard. You know, when they show up, they're pretty much, if they ever show up in a junkyard, they're pretty gone in a matter of minutes. I also look on eBay, and yeah, like 90 or $100 for the power steering reservoir for a used one. No, I don't want to do that. And I asked my buddy Ryan, he has a TJ as well, and I had some hope that he could find one, but he didn't have one in stock. He's working on his TJ, doing all kind of stuff on it, and yeah, he couldn't locate one. So I think really at this point, the only chance I have to find one, if I don't want to pay like $100 for a used one on eBay, is to go and check out the junkyard around and try to find a power steering reservoir from a different Jeep that is not mounted on the pump like it is for the 4.0 engine. So I'm gonna go and check out some junkyard and see if I can find some Jeep with a 2.5 liter engine, different model, maybe a Cherokee or a Comanche or one of these, and hopefully I'll find a reservoir that I can use and adapt in my Jeep on the shroud, or to mount it somewhere else in there, and then make it work. Yep. And even if I find one that is not from a Jeep, that is okay, as long as the power steering reservoir fits where I want it to fit in my Jeep. Then you know, it'll be okay. Like, opens up more possibilities and opportunities to find one that will work. Well, folks, that is it for today. This is unfortunate, but you know, it is what it is, and I think I've learned my lesson. So on my way to the junkyard and see if I can find a power steering reservoir that will work in there. So I'll see you in my next video. Bye. Cheers. Thank you.